So we draw a table for to find out the square root of 56. Okay, so you have your 56 and you have a decimal point here. And how many pairs of zeros should I take? I'll take 3 pairs of zeros because I want to find out the square root till 3 places of decimal. Just as in case of 7 I had done, I'll take 3 pairs of zeros. Okay, we start pairing from here. So this is 1 pair, and we start pairing from here. So 56 is another pair. Okay, now we proceed to find out the with the division method. Now the closest perfect square that is close to 56 is 49, which is 7 square. 7 into 7. So 7 into 7 will be 49. Okay, and you subtract this, you get 7. This decimal point will come here as it is, just as decimal point is there. So this will come here, and we bring down 2 zeros. We bring down these 2 zeros. Okay. And now what we do is we double this 7 to get 14. Okay. Now we are going to place a digit here. Now we are going to place a digit here. Now see, till now what I have done with you is I have shown you with the trial and error method. Okay. Now there is a small guesswork that you can do when you are placing a digit. Instead of trying with 1, 2, 3, 4, and up till 9, there's a small guesswork that you can do if you want to shorten the amount of time it will take. Now see, whatever digit I put here, it will be close to 140, isn't it? Whatever digit that I place here, whatever digit, whether 0 or 1 or 2 or 3, whatever digit I place here, this will be approximately what? Equal to 140? Very, very close to 140. And what is the number here? 700. So what you do is, this 700, you divide with this 140. Okay. And what is the quotient that you get? The quotient that you will get is, I think, not 5. You'll get a quotient. So these two cancel. 70 by 14 will be very close to, say, yes, the quotient will be 5 or 4. 35 by 7.
Okay.
The quotient will be, people are still coming in. Harshvardhan, remove that. Okay, so we're going to place a digit here. The quotient here will be 1. Uh, the quotient is approximately 5, right? In fact, not approximately, it is 5 here, right? So that means whatever digit that we place here must be close to 5. It can either be 4 or it can either be 6. Okay, and it can either be 3 also, and it can be 7 also, but that is a distant possibility. But definitely it has to be either um, a 4 or a 6. Okay, so what you do here is You try with 4. So 144, you place 4 here. Place a 4 here. Okay. And you multiply 144 with 4. So you get 576. Okay. Fine. Now what we'll try is we'll try to place a 5 here. Let's see. 144 into 5. So we are trying only 3 digits, 4, 5 and 6. Why? Because when I divided this 700 by 140, I got the quotient of 5. We are only trying 4 digits, 4, 5 and 6. So 145 into 5. So this is 725, which is greater than 700, right? So that is why we place a 4 here. Place a 4 here and 4. 144 into 4 is 576. Subtract this, you get 124. Okay, now we bring down another 2 zeros. The other 2 zeros we bring down. Okay, and what we do is we double 74, ignoring the decimal point here. Here we got 7.4. We ignore the decimal point. We only take 74. We double 74. If we double 74, we are going to get 148. Now again we are going to place a digit here. Now see again the same technique you will apply. We are going to apply the same technique here. That is, whatever digit that you place here, so you have 148, and here, whatever digit that you place here, whether 0 or 1 or 2, whatever, that number will be very close to, approximately equal to, that number will be very close to 1480, and which is very close to 1500, right? Which is approximately 1500 roughly. And what is the number that we have here? 12,400. So 12,400 you divide by the approximate value 1500. See what quotient you get. Okay, so this is approximately I think 8. Okay, this is approximately 8. So we are going to try the digits 7, 8, 9. The digits that are close to 8 are 7 and 9. So we are going to try 7, 8 and 9. So let us put 1, 4, 8. Let us put 7 first. Let us try it with 7. Let us put a 7 here. Put a 7 here. So let's try with 1487 into 7. 7, 7, 49, 4, 6, 50, 5, 28 plus 5, 33. So you get getting 10,309. Okay. You're getting 10,309, which is less than 12,400. So now we'll try with 8. So what we do here is, on a trial basis, we put an 8 here instead of 7. Let's see whether it works. An 8 here. So now we try 1488 into 8. So you have 8 into 8, 64. You have a 0 and you have a 9 and you have 11. So you're getting 11,904. Okay, which is less than 12,400. Okay, still less. We'll try one more. We'll try 1, 4. Let us try, next digit that we'll try here is 9. Let Let's try a 9 here. So 1489 into 9. 81, 72 and 8 is 80, 36 and 8 is 44, 30. 13,401 when we are placing 9. So which is greater than 12,400. Therefore, which one will we accept? We'll accept 1488 into 8. So what we do here is we place an 8. Yes, 8. And we place 8 here also. And 1488 into 8 is 11,904. Now you subtract 9. Okay, and get a 4. And you bring down another 2 zeros. This last pair was left here. You bring down this pair of zeros, the last pair. And similarly, we are going to proceed here also in order to find out the third decimal place. Okay, so what you do here is the number that we now obtain is 748, ignoring the decimal point. Number that we are obtaining is 748. So you double 748. You double 748 to get 1496. And now again we have to place a digit here. Okay. Again, the idea of approximation, how to somewhat take a calculated guess on which digit should be here. Now see here, you've got a 49,600, isn't it? You've got a 49,600, and here, whatever digit that you place here, see you have the number 1496. Whatever digit that you place here will be very close to 14960, which is very close to 15,000, right? So this whatever digit that you place here, the number that you will get will be very close to 15,000. And we have got a 49,600 here. So what you do is, in order to get an idea of the digit, 49,600 divided by 15,000. Okay. Now 49,600 is again very close to 50,000. So 50,000, you make 49,600 as 50,000 divided by 15,000. So 3 zeros cancel now, and therefore you get a 10 and a 3. That means your quotient here is 3 point something. On dividing, you will get the quotient as 3. That means whatever number that we are going to place here will be close to 3. Either it can be 2, either it can be 3, or either it can be 4. Okay, so let us first try 2. Let us place the digit 2. Let's place a 2. So we are getting 14962 into 2. So we are getting 29,924, which is much less than 49,600. Okay, so what you do now here is you try the next digit. So let us try with the digit 3. So you have 14963 into 3. 9, 18, 14. So you're getting 44,889. Okay, with 3, which is less than 49,600, but not much less. It's quite close. So what you do is you try one more, just for your satisfaction. You try with the digit 4 also. This time we are going to place the digit 4 here. Okay, 4. So this becomes 14964 into 4. you're getting 59,856, which is greater than 49,600. So this time we are going to accept this, the digit 3. Okay, so therefore I'm going to erase this, and you're going to put a 3 here, and you're going to put a 3 here, and multiplication with 3, what we had got 44,889. Okay, and then you subtract to get 4711. So therefore, what is the square root that we are getting? We are only, they had asked only to do till 3 places of decimal, so we stop here because they have asked us to do only till 3 places. Therefore, we write square root of 56 must be equal to 7.483. Any questions here? Any question with the approximation? The
No,
approximation that we are taking.
No, sir.
No, sir.
So then if there are no questions, then I'll move on to the next example of a 3-digit number. Say 127. How to find out the square root of 127? We're going to draw our division table. 127, and you have a decimal point, and you have to find this till how many places of decimal? Again, here we have to find till 3 places of decimal. So 3 pairs of 0 we are going to take after the decimal point. 3 pairs of decimal we take. 3 pairs of zeros we take. Okay, so you have this pair, and this pair. Also, on towards the left of the decimal, you have this pair 27, and you have a single one. So what you do here is you place a 0 here and you make this a pair. Okay, so you have on the left hand side of that decimal you have 2 pairs, 1 and 27, and on the right hand side you have 3 pairs of zeros as your um, 3 pairs of zeros you have. Okay, so now we are going to find out what to do with this, how to find. Now first we consider the first pair, 1. The closest perfect square to 1 is 1 itself. So we take 1 into 1 is equal to 1, and we get a 0 as our remainder. Okay, next what we are going to do here is we are going to double this. First of all, we are going to bring down this 27 we bring down. Okay, this pair, and we are going to double this. Double of 1 is 2, and now we are going to place a digit here. Now you see it is very easy to see that 21 into 1 will give you 21, 22 into 2 will give you 20. Let us place a digit 1. 1. So what will it give you? 21 into 1 will be 21. Okay, next we try with the digit 2. We'll try with the digit 2. That means 22 into 2 will be 44. Now 44 is greater than this 27. So therefore we accept 21 into 1. Write a 1 here. 21 into, and we write 1 in between 2 and 7. Okay, to get a 21 here also. You subtract, the remainder will be 6. Okay, now you put a decimal point as it is here. Put a decimal point here, just above the decimal point, and you bring down 2 zeros. So you get 600. Now 11 we have got. We double this 11 that we have got here. Okay, so we double this 11 into 2 will give you 22. Now you want to place a digit here. You want to place a digit here. Again, try to approximate it. You've got a 600 here. Okay, we are going to divide 600 by what number? See, 22 is here and we need to place a digit here. Whatever digit that you place here will be very close to 220, right? And 220 is very close to 200, right? So what you do is 600 divided by 200 will give you 3 as a quotient. Okay, this 3, that means whatever digit that you place here will be very close to 3. That means either it will be a 2 or a 3 or a 4. Okay, so we try all these 2, 3 and 4. So what we do is we first place a 2. We first place a 2 here. Let us place a 2. It becomes 222. And we multiply this by 2. This becomes 444, which is less than 600. So we next try 3. 223 into 3. Let us see 223 into 3 if it is greater than 600 or not. 669, which is greater than 600. So therefore we accept the digit 2. So we write a 2 here and we write a 2 here. And we get 444. Get a 6 and you get a 5. Okay, and you get a 1 after subtraction. Now again you bring down 2 zeros. The next pair, you have the number that you have got here is 11.2. So this you take as 112, ignoring the decimal point. You double this. 112 into 2 will be your 224. And now again we want to place a digit here. Okay, so again you see 224. Again, whatever digit that we are going to place here, whatever digit that you place will be close to 2240, very close to 2240. And you remember and you must know that 2240 is very close to which one? 2240 is very close to 23 or 22, 2200, very close to 2200, right? And what is the number that we have got here? 15,600. So what you do is, in order to get an idea of the digit, 15,600 you divide by 2200. Let's see what is the quotient that we get. Getting 11 and you're getting 88. You're getting 8. In fact, the quotient that you're getting is 8, ignoring the decimal. Okay, here it is perfectly divisible. It is not, but mostly you will get a decimal. But we don't need the decimal. We simply need to work with the quotient, 8. So whatever digit that we are going to place here will be close to 8. Either it can be 7 or 8 or 9. So what we do here is we try with the various digits. Let us place first a 7. Let's place a 7 here. We place a 7. So this number becomes 2247. And you multiply this by 7. So it becomes 15,729, which is greater than 15,600, right? That means we are taking the digit that we wanted to take was 7, 8 and 9. In 7 only I have got a number that is greater than 15,600. That means our obvious choice would be a number that is less than 7. Because I told you that if you're getting the quotient as 8, the number will be very close to 7, 8 and 9. Mostly you will get. In this combination you will get. But if you don't get, then it is least possible, which we are getting here, it is least possible that you might get a 6 here also. Okay, so what we do here is we try 6 also. 2246 into 6. Okay, so 2246 into 6 is 6 and 27, 4 and 13. We're in 13,476, that which is less than 15,600. So we place the digit 6 here. We place the digit 6 here, and you also place the digit 6 here on top. And 2246 into 6 we have got as 13,476, and we subtract. Okay, subtract, you get 4, you get 2, 1, you get a 2. 2, 1, 2, 4 you get, and you bring down the last pair of zeros, 2 zeros, and here your number that you are getting here is 1126, ignoring the decimal point. You double this number. When you double this number, you will get 2252. You write here 2252. Now again we are going to place a digit here. Okay. So let us find it by a little approximation, in order to avoid each and every digit that I place there. Okay. So how to find this by approximation? What you do here is 2252. Whatever digit that I place here, the number will be very close to 22520. Okay, which is again very close to 23,000. Say, right? This is very close to 20. This is 22,520, which is very close to 23,000. You can also take 22,000, no problem. Okay. So and the number that we are getting here is 212400, and we divide this by approximately this. So what are we getting? We are getting 2124 by 230, which is approximately the quotient. We need only the quotient here. So quotient here should be 8. Okay, approximately the quotient will be 8 or 9. Let me try 230 into 9. Yes, 9. The quotient here will be 9. The quotient here will be 9. So that means whatever digit that you place here will be close to 9. So either it can be 7, 8 or 9. Okay, so we'll try with 7, 8 or 9. We'll first try with 7. So you have 22527 into 7. So you're getting 157,689, which is quite less than 212400. We try the next digit. We try the digit 8 here. We tried 7. We try the digit 8 here. So 22528 into 8. We're getting 18224, which is also less than this. Okay, so we try 9 also. Okay, so if you try with 9, the 1. We're getting 22761. Now after 9 there are no, you cannot, I mean there are no single digit numbers, isn't it? You cannot try a 0. So therefore what you do here is you put a 9. put a 9, and on top also put a 9 here. And on multiplication with 9, what do you get? You get 2, 0, 2, 7, 6, 1. Okay, you subtract 3, 9. So therefore, what is the square root that you are getting? Square root of 127 you are getting as 11.269. Okay.